So you might have heard that Crystal programming language kinda maybe supports Windows. Well, the update is now the support is at least convenient, if not full. It's definitely not complete. To start with, I'll download the compiler that we'll need for anything really. It's part of Visual Studio, but we don't need Visual Studio itself. So yeah, I'll install that. And all these links that I'm opening will be in the description in the same order. The other part is the source code of Crystal programming language, the latest one. Just download the archive. Then we will also need the build of a Crystal executable for Windows. Yes, crystal.exe from the latest continuous build. You will see as part of the artifacts there's this Crystal archive. So we'll just download that as well. Yeah, meanwhile the installer for the compiler has opened. We just need C++ build tools here and install. We'll just wait for this for now. Alright, so that took a while, but now it's finished. So what we'll want to do next is just create a directory for yourself to put all your future code in. And I'll just put it right on the C disk for convenience and name it code. And yeah, all the things that we had downloaded are here. So I want Crystal source code from the archive. And yeah, I'll also want the binaries. Let's rename the directory to just Crystal and combine these things together. Okay, now we will need this developer command prompt to enable the environment variables needed to launch the compiler. So we'll just open that. Make sure you're using this one and change to the directory that we had created. Right away, we'll add Crystal itself to the path, so we can just run Crystal path equals path, and Crystal needs a few more things. This will probably improve with future releases, but for now it's kind of bare bones. So that Crystal can use its own standard library. And yeah, I think that's all. Let's just compile this example that we just created. I made a typo here. The path needs to be split by a semicolon. And yeah, that already created a temporary directory, all kinds of things. Okay, so we cannot link the library that we had actually downloaded. So I forgot another thing. We need to add lib path. Right, now let's just build it. And it has actually created this executable that we can now run. So yeah, we have just used Crystal built from Windows. This is not Windows subsystem for Linux. And we have created an executable. Yay! Now let's kick it up a notch. We want to make something more useful with this. So let's just proceed to download sfml, which is a nice library for making video games and other media stuff, and Crystal bindings for it. Oh yeah, I had to make sure that the download is the correct one. We want this 2017 one. It's compatible with 2019. Right, so crystal bindings are downloaded. We'll again put it into our directory. Rename it nicely. And yes, extract sfml itself. Again, rename it nicely. And yeah, let's add the things that it has here to path as well. So we need this lib and we need this bin. Right, so we need to add code sfml bin to path. We need to add lib as well. And include path for the compiler. Now we will build the bindings. It just has some extra components that need to be built, but now it can just be used as is. And we have examples right here. Yeah, why don't we start with this one? Oh, I have forgotten to add to crystal path as well. It needs to be able to refer to this path as well. Now we build it. And we have the executable as well. Oh, that fell quickly. And you might notice the performance is not great. Well, it's just a virtual machine, don't worry about that. It runs totally normally. Let's try another one. Yeah, that works as well. Let's play some snakes now. Oh. All right. So I think this is pretty cool. Crystal has a bright future ahead of it. It is now really easy to contribute to Windows support. There are some additional instructions to be able to build Crystal itself, but that's all on the wiki page of Crystal. Porting to Windows. We have done this step already actually. And we have the Crystal exe. So really most of what you need to do is to install CMake and LLVM. Then you can just Crystal build Crystal. That works as well. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Have fun.